welcome to the Jeep Man King channel, and we're going to be going over the fuel system of a 1987 Marinette 32. I'm down in the engine room, and I'm sitting right in between the port and starboard engine, and I thought I'd go ahead and go over exactly how my fuel system is set up, because there's some people out there that's new to this type of boat, and they're just trying to figure it out. So guess what? This is what my channel is all about, just showing you what I've done in my boat, and also maybe how to help you on your boat. So first of all, I've got some 318s, and I've got like 600 and like 65 hours on both of them, but I'll go ahead and take you through the fuel system on this one, and we'll go from there. So looking back aft, I've got the fuel tank on my starboard side and a fuel tank on my port side, and we'll start back there in the corners on the fuel tank itself, and then we'll bring you forward all the way up to the carburetor. So let's go. All right, so we're going to be dropping down into the aft compartment, and it's not really a compartment, it's the engine room, and you would call this like a lazarette if the boat had a bulkhead in between the steering linkage, which is down here, and the engine room. But since there's no bulkhead, it'd be just the back aft area of your boat. So all right, so let's go over this fuel tank here. All right, here's going to be your suction line. As your engine is running, or when you're trying to crank, your fuel pump is going to be drawing fuel up out of your tank. All right, now this is something real important here. This right here is going to be an anti-siphon check valve, if you want to call it a check, because it in a way is, but isn't. In here, you got a spring and a ball and a seat, and that spring is pushing that ball back towards this side of this fuel line. And what that does is, in case you've got a fuel line that's leaking from here to the carburetor, it won't siphon the fuel out of your tank and actually fill up your bilge. So that spring puts a light pressure on that ball and actually seats it. That way, in case you've got a leak, it won't keep filling your bilge up with gasoline. As soon as you start cranking the engine, if you got a mechanical fuel pump, or if you turn on an electric fuel pump, it'll actually draw fuel and pull that spring back and allow fuel, gasoline, to run then and be sucked out of your tank and to your carburetor. As soon as that mechanical pump is shut off, or turn your engine off, or turn your electric fuel pump off, this spring will go ahead and seat that ball and prevent any fuel from being siphoned into your bilge. Now, at times this can get stuck. If you're having a fuel issue, especially if your boat's been sitting for a while, what you can do is take your wrench or crescent wrench or something, little hammer, and tap this to try to go ahead and break that ball and seat and allow some fuel to it. You can't take this apart, but that's something that you need to check if you're not getting fuel, okay? Now on the starboard one, or the port engine, back over here, same thing, just located in a different spot, okay? Now, this is the aft of the boat. That's the bow of the boat. The reason why I've got the suction towards the back of the boat is because most of the time your boat is going to be sitting more to the stern. That way you've got fuel at all times up here, and just if it's sloshing or something, most of the time you'll have your pickup tube will actually be in gasoline, and you shouldn't have a fuel issue. But just something to think about as well. So just give me a little bit more explanation. So let's go back up here to the engines, and we'll give you the rest of the run through on the fuel system. Okay, drop down in here. Okay, so your fuel line comes out of your tank, drops down. It's a copper line, comes up. Some boats have these, some boats don't. If you do not have a water separator on your boat, make sure you put one on there, because it will take out any water that gets in your fuel tank, whether it's through condensation or bad fuel from a gas pump, marina that you're getting gas from, okay? I've got an extra line here because this was my generator. I took a generator out and it's set right here. If you guys look at my channel, you'll see that. Took out a 8.5 kW Westerbeek out of here. Okay, so on your boat, you may have a fuel valve manifold This is real important to have. If you guys don't have one on your boat, you might want to think about it, just because in case you get bad fuel or have a fuel issue on one of your tanks, you've got this option on your boat, okay? So this line right here comes from my fuel tank on my port side, and it goes to a valve, okay? This valve is open when it's in line with the line. It's open, it drops down, and then comes over and goes to my water separator, and then from there goes to my port engine, okay? This is gonna be my starboard engine. It comes from my fuel tank through the valve. As you can see, it's in line, so it's open, drops down, and then goes from there to my starboard side water separator, okay? Now, if you look, we've got a valve right here in the middle of the two, okay? And this is really good because say for some reason I'm having some fuel issues on my boat, or I got a water in my starboard tank, okay? What I could do is take this right here and actually close this valve off, okay? And then now all I have to do is open this valve, and then now both of my engines can run off my port side gas tank, all right? And that's really good to have. So if your boat doesn't have it, you should be able to do it. And I can do vice versa. So I can leave this open. I can open up my starboard tank and close my port tank, and now both of my engines run off my starboard fuel tank. So just something to have, and just good to know. So also too, if you want to draw from both the tanks, leave all three of these in the open position. As both these engines are running, it's going to be pulling fuel from port engine and starboard engine at the same time. Now, is it going to draw it perfectly level? That I don't know. You'll just have to try it out on your own and see what your boat does, but it may give you that option. So, but this is how I run it. I keep my splitter closed, my starboard tank open, port tank open, and my port engine runs only on my port tank. Starboard engine only runs on my starboard tank. So then to the water separator, you know, as it comes through, goes through the water separator out of the fuel tank, drops down, and runs through this line to another valve. This valve right here, you can close it off as well. And I've got a valve, this is on my starboard engine. I've got a valve here, okay? That way I can close that off if I need to. Got an additional fuel filter here. Some of these 318s have a fuel filter that mounts into the carburetor itself. Kind of a pain to get to, so it is kind of nice having a fuel filter that sits right here, and just a little bit easier, okay? So let's look at my port engine. All right, port engine's got another valve as well. You can shut that off anytime, and a separate fuel filter. So some carburetors, they've got a fuel filter that mounts right inside here. This little brass nut right here kind of gets galled up over time and can give you some issues. So there might be a fuel filter in your carburetor, or may not, but you can pull this out and check to see what you have. So, and this right here is going to be your vent tube for your fuel tank. If you're having some fuel issues and you still can't figure it out, probably you need to make sure that a dirt dauber hasn't plugged up your vent on this side. And a lot of times it'll run for a while and then almost run like it's running out of gas. It possibly could be that. So just make sure that this is cleared on the outside of your boat. Make sure a dirt dauber or cobweb hasn't got in there, and plug that up, or some other little critter. So something else to check on your fuel system. That is gonna pretty much wrap it up on the fuel system, guys. If you guys need some more storage, these, let me turn the slide off. If you guys need some more storage in your engine room, these little milk crates mount perfectly, and they'll actually lock in to the bottom of the hole right there. and then you can stack more than one on top. But this one I keep all my filters in, any type of my mechanical engine parts, replacement parts, ignition parts, electronic ignition modules, all of that goes in there. My oil changing pump goes in there. Everything mechanical that I use in the engine room stays right there, which is really good. So on the other side, got another milk crate. And got a couple noodles. I use those noodles, I cut those noodles in really small pieces, and I put them in the blower vents over the winter. They slide right in there, and it keeps the more of the heat inside the boat as I got heaters going on, so that helps out a lot. So I do have some oil absorbent rags. Those I do place underneath the engine, and got some extra oil. So I've got some extra transmission fluid in there for the transmissions as well. Now, something that's real handy to have too are these aluminum foil cooking pans that you get at Walmart or Sam's or anywhere. If you've got an engine that you've got a seal leaking, like a rear main seal dripping a little bit, or maybe an oil pan or something, I'll put them oil absorbent rags in there, and this fits perfectly underneath the engine, and it just helps absorb some oil. That way it's not dripping all over your bilge and mixing in with your water and making a mess. Just keep those right in place, and it does keep your bilge a whole lot cleaner. So guys, if you got any more questions, let me know, and I'll be glad to answer them down in the comments. And if you've got any suggestions, please put it down in the comments here of the video. And if it helps somebody else, that's the whole point of my channel. Helping me help others, and helping others help me. So it's a pretty good thing to know. So God bless you guys. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for me, because it really, really does help the channel. And we will catch you next time on the Jeep Man King channel. See you guys. God bless. See ya.